there, I'm Angie, and thank you for tuning into our channel. Today I am making sourdough king cakes and a loaf of sourdough bread. Um, to start off the process, we make a starter. We use 1 cup of warm water, 3/4 cup of sugar, 3 tablespoons of potato flakes, and a package of yeast. We let that ferment overnight, and then we put it in the refrigerator with a light cover on it for about 3 days. Take it out, feed it with another cup of water, 3 tablespoons of potato flakes, and 3/4 cup of sugar. And we let that sit out for a few hours, let it start fermenting again. And then we mix our batter. It's 6 cups of bread flour, a 1/2 cup of sugar, a 1/2 cup of oil, a teaspoon of salt, 1.5 cups of warm water, and a cup of our starter. We mix that together, put it in the oven, and let it rise probably throughout the day or overnight, about 8 hours. So I've already made one, or put together one of our king cakes. We're making 2, and then we're making a loaf of sourdough bread. So with our dough ball that we had, I broke it up into 3 pieces. So this will be one of our king cakes. Now every year we send our daughter Shelby a king cake for her birthday, and this year she's turning 30. And these king cakes are so special for her because the sourdough recipe came from her grandpa, Eddie Paul, and that's her mom Kathy's dad. And the king cake part of it came from Tim's mom, and her name is Billy. And so I started making these, and I put in my own special techniques too, to make it even more unique for her. And so I'm just rolling this out to about 6 inches or so wide, and just as long as I can, to where it's about 1/4 of an inch thick. Then I've got the cream cheese filling. It's 16 ounces of cream cheese, a cup of sugar, a teaspoon and a half of vanilla, and then I add a 1/2 teaspoon of almond extract. And that's one of my additions. I love almond extract. So I'm going to go ahead and just spread this on. And you want to leave about 1 inch on each side, just so whenever you go to pinch it together, it'll stick. You don't want the cream cheese all the way to the edge. Just like that. And so I'm using 1/2 of the cream cheese for the filling, and the other 1/2 will be for the topping, for the icing. I'm going to have 1/2 of it strawberry, 1/2 of it cherry. I don't think you can go wrong with that. That looks so good. And the same here, you don't want any of the filling to go all the way to the edges. And if it does, it's okay. It's still going to taste delicious. Okay, and so here's the part where it's kind of tricky. You just want to fold these edges over and pinch them to seal them all the way across here, while trying not to get the filling on the edge, and that's kind of hard sometimes. Yep. Especially this very end. And sometimes you'll get little holes like this, and you just try to pinch them together. And then we're going to make our oval. and then pinch this side together just to kind of seal it. And I like to use parchment paper whenever I can. There's never been a time where I've said, oh, I wish I wouldn't have used parchment paper, but there's been plenty of times where I wish I had. So I'm just going to spray this with a little bit of oil. And then this is also a tricky part, trying to move this from the table to the pan here. So, okay, we've got our king cake ready to rise again. Okay, so we've got it in oval shape. I'm going to put it back in the oven, cold oven, and I leave the light on to make it a little bit warm so it'll rise easier. So we'll wait about 4 or 5 hours, and then we'll go ahead and bake them and put the icing on and see the finished product.